Hi, welcome back. Um, my name is Michael. I think this is day 5. I completely forgot to take a video yesterday, I think. Um, so, I'm continuing to do a fast. Yesterday I did about 15-hour fast. I ate around 8 o'clock p.m., which is great. I was trying to do like a bit of veganism. It's very difficult to do for me. Um, but I've seen a couple of documentaries and I want to try it out. And usually when I do that, it tends to have pretty good results regardless. I mean, doing it for health, not necessarily for weight loss. But yeah, so so I had like a quinoa salad. I had some juice. I had some what's it called? What else did I have? Irregardless. Anyways, so I brought some wings to share with friends, and then I shared some with friends, and like there's all this other stuff, and I just started eating them. Like, damn it. So I completely like OD'd on my chicken wings, and I'm like, can't have them, cannot have them. Those are my weakness. But I did it within the pretense I'm sharing with friends. Um, but I had a whole bunch, and I woke up in the morning, and it said I weighed myself in the morning. It said 145.8. I'm like, damn, all that work that I did, which is why I don't like to weigh myself on a day to day. But I said, you know what? It's not accurate. It's still, I ate at night, so it's not at the same level it normally would be. So I re-weighed myself just before eating today, and it was at 143.6. So I gained about half a pound, which is much better than gaining like 3 pounds in a night or 2 pounds in a night. So far, I've done pretty good. All I had was a Chipotle bowl, pretty much rice, beans, pico de gallo, guacamole, extra bell peppers. Actually, that's my weight loss food of choice, Chipotle. There's your free endorsement. But it's like 1,200 calories or something like that. In that ballpark, I had a couple of gala apples, and that's it. I'm pretty good for the day. Probably go to sleep later on. Oh, by the way, if you are going to be doing fasting, be careful of when you eat, because you're going to be eating all your calories at once. It might make you a little sleepy or tired, or at least it does for me. Um, so make sure that you know when you do it, you can ride that out. Um, when I did it in the morning, I would feel sleepy or tired for a couple of hours, and then I'd be okay. But at night, usually I get sleepy and tired, and just go to sleep. So what else? What else? I don't know. Oh yeah, I had a couple of days ago when I was doing my fasting and had somebody tell me when I was doing my a little bit of like long-term fast. I'm like, "What are you doing? You're killing yourself. Don't starve yourself." Blah blah. I'm like, I'm used to those kind of comments from people. It happens all the time. If you tell people what you're doing, you will get criticism or raised eyebrows, that kind of thing. It goes for the territory. I'm the guy that when I was in high school, I started where I carried up a bottle of water, no, a gallon of water, and people would tell me, "You're gonna drown drinking all that much water." I'm like, "Well, you're supposed to drink like back then 8 glasses of water a day." I'm not. I was in school. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to go to the bathroom and refill my water all the time. Just carry a gallon of water. Boom. I didn't care what they thought. I had the science down. I believed in what I was doing. I knew what I was doing was right based on the science and research that backed it up. Full confidence, and at that point, um, I know more than you, so you could say anything you want. It's like you're going based on your gut reaction. I'm going based on statistically proven data over many years from health experts and thousands of test subjects or whatever. I'm like, hmm. I mean, the way I got tuned into intermittent fasting is I watched a YouTube and they mentioned it, just happened to mention it. And then I watched another YouTube and another YouTube and another YouTube. Little did I learn, little did I know that, little did I learn, little did I know that I started learning about that a lot of celebrities use this, like The Rock and Hugh Jackman for Wolverine. When he called, and there was like this phone call he had, and like, so he called up The Rock and he's like, so what do you do? What's the secret? I gotta lose weight. I gotta do for this role. I'm like, 16 and 8. You know, he told him like have a whole bunch of meals every spaced out every hour, or every 2 hours, whatever, but within an 8 hour window, and then just don't eat anything. You could look up the data, you can look up the research. I highly recommend you do, simply because when a lot of people questioning you, sometimes if you're not already certain, it will make you shaky. And that's why I research things before I tell anybody. Actually, this is the first time I've ever recorded a video of what I'm doing on day to day. Simply because I tell people after I've already lost it. I don't need to hear their opinions. It's tough enough doing it on my own. You know, I don't need to hear, if it's not words of encouragement, quiet, Karen. I don't want to hear your crap. So yeah, I'm trying the vegan thing. So far, so good. I feel good. I feel relaxed. I ate at 6 o'clock. I stopped eating around 12 midnight. So it was about 16 hours. And I noticed I was feeling a little sad, a little depressed. There was other things going on in my life, which I'm not going to talk about. I was like, feeling a little sentimental. So you will feel more in tune to your own emotions. As a guy, I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have those. But you'll be a little bit more in tune to your own emotions, because I haven't eaten anything for like 16 hours, 14 hours. I'm like, you try it. You see how you do. All right. That's enough for now. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. And yeah, you're going to notice that a lot of my content tends to be a bit boring. It's not entertaining or fun or whatever. And it's done for several reasons. One, because it takes effort to do that kind of thing. And I'm just recording this. I'm doing almost, I'd say 80%, I'm doing it to keep myself accountable. So I can like start to analyze. Like I did, if I hadn't recorded it, I probably wouldn't have noticed I didn't have any vegetables for like 2-3 days. Like technically 4. But like, okay, so I'm like changing that up. I got to add more of that into this like that. So it's a way for me to keep accountable and keep track. I'm like, huh, this is my trends. This is my own stuff. This is a way for me to communicate with myself. I'm like, okay, so I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So it's 80% of it is accountability. The 20% I'm putting this out for is, you know, I got a lot of information from YouTube and research and stuff like that. I'm sure there's hundreds of videos, but this is my version of like paying it forward, you know? Maybe, you know, I remember watching a girl do this exact same thing, but with like long-term fast. And she, you know, she'd take a video on a ride to work or whatever. And yeah, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm doing it with intermittent fasting. I get to eat, and I think that's a much more long-term, sustainable thing to do. It's also a long-term fast can have a lot of health complications. You're supposed to be medically supervised when you do it. For a long-term fast, to my knowledge, you could do it on your own. You don't need to be medically supervised. But if you're taking drugs or medication like that, you might want to check that out. Be smart. Don't be dumb. That's my catchphrase. Don't be dumb. All right, guys. Peace. Hope you enjoy this one. Take care. Bye.